Anwar Ibrahim is a prominent Malaysian politician who served as Deputy Prime Minister from 1993 to 1998 and Finance Minister from 1991 to 1998. Since 1998, he has led Malaysia's Justice Party in its mission to strengthen democracy and the rule of law in the country. Anwar has been the main opponent of the ruling party, which has been in power since independence in 1957. Although he spent over the last 20 years in detention as a political prisoner, his party achieved a historic electoral victory in the May 2018 Malaysian elections, shattering the ruling party's 61-year hold on power. He was released from jail days after the election and granted a full pardon from politically motivated charges. Anwar was the Prime Minister in waiting and was expected to take over leadership of the country within the next 2 years, after the general election 2018. However, in February 2020, a development commonly dubbed the Sheraton Move saw the fall of the ruling Pakai and Harapan coalition government and the resignation of Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad after 22 months in power. They were replaced by Perikatan Nasional Coalition government led by Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin. Anwar Ibrahim said he already knew an act of sabotage would be taking place 6 months before the Sheraton Move, which resulted in the collapse of the Pakai and Harapan government. Since then, Anwar played an outstanding role as an adamant and prominent head of opposition leader in Malaysian Parliament. Malaysia's Prime Minister in waiting Anwar Ibrahim, with his political background, has played a key role in the political history of Asia-Pacific after falling out with the government in the late 1990s. Anwar was born into a comfortable middle-class family on August 10, 1947 in the Penang region of the Malayan Union. After enrolling at the University of Malaya in Kuala Lumpur, he started to shoulder responsibility of the leadership. He became the president of National Union of Malaysian Muslim Students and also the president of University of Malaya Malay Language Society in 1968. In 1971, he founded the Muslim Youth Movement of Malaysia, ABIM, and served as its president until 1982. In the 1974, Anwar was jailed under the Internal Security Act after he participated in a student protest against rural poverty and hunger. Between 1975 and 1982, he used to represent the entire Asia-Pacific region at the World Assembly of Muslim Youth. Later on, Anwar stepped into the United Malays National Organisation, which was a major political party in the National Alliance in 1982, led by then Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad. Anwar served as the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports in 1983 and as the Agriculture Minister in 1984. Between 1986 and 1991, he held the Ministry of Education, and later he was appointed as the Finance Minister in 1991. Despite becoming Mahathir's Deputy Prime Minister in 1993, Anwar's relationship with the Prime Minister began to deteriorate. The 1990s saw Anwar's political downfall, as he was charged with corruption. In 1998, Anwar, the then ambitious Deputy Prime Minister, was accused of several charges and sacked by Mahathir. He was later handed a jail term over some of the charges. He spent 6 years in prison before the Supreme Court overturned the conviction in 2004 and released him. After his release, Anwar held a series of teaching positions at the University of Oxford, Johns Hopkins University, and Georgetown University in Washington. After his ban from public office expired in 1998, he focused on his political career. During 2013 general election, he was the leader of the opposition coalition, People's Alliance Coalition, composed of 3 political parties. The Anwar-led People's Pact won 50.87% of the popular vote, but failed to form a federal government as it failed to accomplish a majority in parliament. In 2015, Anwar, 70, was sentenced to 5 years behind bars. After receiving a full pardon by the Malaysian king, Anwar said he would support Mahathir's parliamentary reforms. Anwar Ibrahim is highly respected for his principled stance against corruption and his skillful management of the Malaysian economy during the Asian financial crisis. He has called for bold reforms to Malaysia's political economic system and believes an independent judiciary, free media, and respect for the rule of law are cornerstones on which Malaysia's economic strength can be expanded. He also believes that public policy should not overlook the plight of the poor and marginalized, while at the same time seeking to develop infrastructure, attract foreign investment, and grow the economy. The multi-ethnic Justice Party that he leads has provided a template for how Malaysia's diverse ethnic and religious groups can work together towards a common national objective. Throughout his career, Anwar Ibrahim has articulated a compelling argument in support of greater understanding between East and West. Ibrahim's view is that a dialogue between civilizations is necessary and vital. In the Muslim world, he is unique in his ability to communicate the complex issues confronting Muslim-majority countries. Anwar Ibrahim has been president of the UNESCO World Council, chairman of the Development Committee of World Bank and International Monetary Fund, honorary president of Accountability, and advisory board member of the International Crisis Group. He He was a distinguished visiting professor and Malaysia chair at the Al-Walid Center for Muslim-Christian Understanding at Georgetown. He has also taught at Johns Hopkins School of Advanced International Studies and St. Antony's College at Oxford, lecturing on issues of governance, democracy, and contemporary politics in Southeast Asia.